We're back with Rick Answers his email, and we have a lot of them this week, so we're going to get right to it. And first up is Diane, who's found a virus/spyware. First thing I would do, Diane, is definitely run a full system scan with your AVG, but I'd also head over to my website, and at the top of the screen, if you click links right here, then you can scroll down this page to my security section, and in the security section, go to this combo fix link, which is at Bleeping Computer. Read the instructions, download and use the tool, and also use the malware bites, and I think you'll be in good shape. Next up is looks like a client of mine, Charlene. If I'm the one that set up the router, look in your My Documents folder and in the C drive, either one of the places, and you should see a document that says wireless settings or router settings, and it'll have the information that you need. Jader, many times this particular problem is caused because of spyware. Go back and look at the recommendations I made for Diane there at the beginning of the video and use those recommendations for searching your computer for spyware. Also search on my website for just the single word wallpaper, and there's also a little tweak there that might help you as well. Chinmoy, I've not yet used the Disk Max. I downloaded it. I got the recommendation from another blog, but I do plan on using it. Thanks for contacting me. For anyone out there, including you, Raymond, that wants to set up a new email program to retrieve your email, you need to go to your email provider's website and look up how to set up your email, and those incoming and outgoing server names will be listed there and exactly how to type them. Quinn's writing in with a question I don't understand. Quinn, you're saying you want to make some trips and you want to have email, internet, and possibly GPS. I'm not sure if you're referring to a phone or a laptop or exactly what the question is. So if you write in with more information, I'll try to answer it. Surely it's a good illustration why folks just really got to keep track of your passwords, because even though you think you may remember it, it can be very difficult at times. But for your particular situation, you cannot call Gmail, but they do have a method for you to try to get your system back up and running. So on the Gmail sign-in screen, click here where it says can't access your account, and then when you get to the next screen, just answer the questions that they have laid out for you so that they can guide you into resetting your password. Lorraine raises a question, which is my only reservation about recommending Apple to some folks, is that a lot of your neighbors and friends aren't going to be using the same product, and you may not be able to get the kind of moral support you need sometimes to be able to move forward with computer questions. However, that being said, Lorraine, I think if you give it a little time, you're going to find the Apple is going to be pretty intuitive. Don't try to make it too complicated. Just do the functions you need to do to get started and get comfortable with the Apple way. I do have a few videos on my website if you just search for Apple at helpmerick.com, and also if you go to the Macintosh website, the apple.com website, they do have a lot of video tutorials and written out tutorials there as well. So those are a couple things you can do on your own to get yourself over the hump. And since you're living in West LA, the other thing you can do is go into an Apple store or call an Apple store and ask them about groups or classes that they either provide or that they know of in your area. Hello Deb, this shouldn't be a big problem. What I'm going to suggest you do is go into add and remove programs and remove any entries related to Adobe Flash and to Java. Get rid of anything related to Java and Adobe Flash. Restart your computer. After you restart your computer, go to adobe.com, and right here in the middle of the adobe.com website it says Get Adobe Flash Player. Click that. And over here you're going to uncheck, you don't want any of the extras they try to give to you. You're going to uncheck that extra, click Agree and Install, and you will want to do that for any browser you're using. If you're using Internet Explorer, go to adobe.com, do it there. If you're using Firefox, do it there. If you're using Chrome, again, go to adobe.com and download the Flash Player there, because each browser has a slightly different version that works with it. Then lastly, you're going to go to java.com, and once you arrive at java.com, you're going to find a big blue button here that says Free Java Download. Click it and install it. You only have to do this one once because the same Java works for all the different browsers. So go ahead and click that and download that, and then try to use your YouTube and your other functions on your computer, and I think you'll be just fine. Janat, I think you're going to have to wait until the DVD comes out, probably next spring, because I don't even think the movie is out. My daughter is a Twilight fan. Walter, if you're not sure how to get in and change the network key and you don't know how to access the router, my best suggestion for you is to go to this website, which is the Netgear customer support, and it shows you how to reset your particular router back to the default factory settings, which won't have a wireless password, but then follow the directions at the site to reset up your wireless security. Gloria, follow my instructions at helpmerick.com. Just search for AVG9 and I have all of the instructions, including a video showing you exactly what to do. Basil, there's just not enough information in your question for me to answer your question. In order for somebody to help you, you need to let them know when this occurs. Does it occur every time? Is it occurring right at boot up? Does it occur after you see the Windows desktop? Does it occur before you see the Windows splash screen? There's lots of questions that would need to be answered before we can answer your question. Jim, good catch. I did forget that. I should have just put yes or no on this week's poll, but I think you're right. The way I worded it, I probably should have added cell phone. Kim, I referred another questioner earlier to my website, and I'm going to show everyone again. Go to helpmerick.com, and if you get there in the next few days, you can just scroll down the page at helpmerick.com, and I have a full article and tip. There it is right there, how to download, install, and configure your AVG Free 9.0. Includes all the steps on how to do it and a video to show you exactly how to do it. The tip will be there until the next new version comes out, so you can just search for AVG 9 if you don't see it on the front page. Phil, your technique might work, but you also need to make sure that your particular computer supports that Windows XP mode with the virtual PC, because not all computers support that. So read that information carefully at the Microsoft's website. The other thing you can do is check with the Access Manager publishers to see if they plan on creating a 64-bit version of that program. Debbie, I think what you're experiencing is the lights won't be blinking on that adapter until you actually get connected to a wireless connection. So in any new environment, whether it be a hotel or a library or a cafe, you need to go in the lower right-hand corner of your Windows XP machine, click on the little computer that has some waves, the little computer screen that has waves next to it, and connect to the wireless connection that you're trying to get onto, and then you'll find that those lights will start blinking and you'll have your internet access. Dave, I'd almost have to see exactly what's happening with your computer to make a suggestion, but usually when I see someone opening up multiple copies of a program, it's because they double-clicked or clicked too many times on the icon. But without me actually seeing how you're doing it, there is no other way for me to determine what's happening. Harold, it's a very good idea to do something about your hard drive before you give it away, and there's 3 things you can do. Number 1, you can pull the hard drive out of the system altogether and give away the computer without the hard drive. Someone can buy a hard drive for as little as $40, and as long as you give them their software, they can install it and have their own computer, and you know for sure they can't get to your data. Then you can either save the hard drive or throw it up and down on the street, hit it with a sledgehammer, and just destroy it yourself. Second option is, if your particular computer came with recovery CDs, you could run the recovery CD operation to restore the computer back to its original condition. Or the third thing you can do is go to killdisk.com. That's this website right here, killdisk.com. They offer a tool that will completely erase your hard drive and make it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to recover any data that's been deleted. Last up this week is from Terry. Terry, to save any image from an Outlook Express email, all you need to do is right-click that image, click Save Image As, and then just choose a folder on your computer to save the image, whether it's a GIF or a JPEG. Thanks for writing, everyone, and we'll be back again next week.